Alright, so we're going to go into a Jund deck, and we'll have a look at that with Ravnica Allegiances. But first off, I need to tell you that this stream is, of course, sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, so thank you very much, Wizards of the Coast, for supplying me with this preview account so that I can do this and participate in your wonderful event. If you haven't, please go and check my stuff out at puremtgo.com. I am a writer on there with a number of other people. I do stuff based around both Standard and sometimes Commander, so definitely check out my articles over there. If you're on... Don't forget as well to go and check out my YouTube at youtube.com/CheshirePlaysGames. Hit that subscribe button. Did you control a creature with power 4 or greater? Oh, you know what? That's probably why. I don't know why it gave me the opportunity then. That might be it. Yeah, that would be it. Brain work bad. Dope! So go over to youtube.com/CheshirePlaysGames and hit that subscribe button, that big red subscribe button, that's free. Alright, so we're going to go and Jund them out. That's the idea of this particular deck. Well, unlike most decks I play, I think that we all know that I don't really play a lot of 3-color decks because colors are confusing. No, that's not true. So what are we running here? Well, we're running a deck that is based around exactly that. It is a Jund deck, so it's all about destroying your opponent's creatures and trying to get value in the upper edge. So we're playing one copy of Direfleet Daredevil, this red and 1 first strike human pirate. When it enters the battlefield, you can exile a target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard, and you may cast that card this turn, and you can spend mana as though it was mana of any color to cast it, and then exile it instead. So pretty good when you want to maybe use your opponent's removal, their lightning strikes and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Their Vraska's Contempts especially. If you get desperate, I guess you can cast things like Ritual of Soot, but I wouldn't recommend it because it'll wipe your board. We are playing 3 copies of Merfolk Branchwalker. So you'll probably notice the similarities here between this and a mid-range Golgari deck because they are quite similar. And obviously still being tweaked, but still very good. But using that as a basis for this deck makes a lot of sense. So we're running 3 of those because of Explore. We're running 3 Wild Growth Walker because of course Explore. So whenever a creature you control explores, put a +1/+1 counter on Wild Growth Walker and you gain 3 life. We are surprisingly playing 2 copies of Assassin's Trophy. This is one of my favorite cards from the last set that just did not make the splash that everyone else thought it would. As I said it wouldn't. It needed this set to actually be any good. And it removes a whole bunch of stuff, which is great. We also have the new card Bedevil. So this is 2 black and a red to destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker. This is an instant, and it kills planeswalkers. This is an instant for 3 mana, and it kills planeswalkers. This is pretty damn good. We have Gruul Spellbreaker. Are you having problems in your meta? Are you wishing that you had a way to get around that stupid white piece of trash forecast that just wipes your entire board and makes you settle the wreckage? No more. You don't have to worry about that wreckage because you've got the Gruul Spellbreaker, because the Spellbreaker breaks spells. You're welcome. So this is 1 red and 1 green and 1 colors for a Riot Trample. As long as it's your turn and you have a Gruul Spellbreaker, you both have hexproof on your turn. Brain is terrible. This is a 3/3, so it's pretty good. We've got, of course, Jadelight Ranger, which explores twice for a 2/1 Merfolk for 2 green and 1 colors. We have 2 copies of Midnight Reaper. I really wish this was 3 copies like in the Golgari deck, but beggars can't be choosers, there's not enough spots. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Midnight Reaper deals 1 damage to you, and then you get to draw a card, and it's a 3/2. Now, there's a little problem here at the moment with Spectacle, especially with the red deck, which is blindingly fast, and this can actually kill you because of the Spectacle. Bear that in mind. Hopefully we won't see that happen. One of my favourite cards of this set that was an unsung hero that nobody seems to be talking about for no apparent reason is Collision Colossus. One sec. Thank you. So, Collision. It deals 6 damage to target creature with flying as an instant. So it can kill those doomy whispery boys. Kills them dead. Dead. Just dead. Oh, you played it on curve? Great. I'm going to spend 2 mana and kill your 5 mana creature. That's pretty spectacular. On the other side, it has Colossus, which I killed Saffron Olive with this morning. So 1 green and 1 red for an instant with target creature gets +4/+2 and gains trample until the end of turn. One of the things that Jund decks seem to always lack is trample. A lot of the time you're looking to try and get trample off a spell, but a lot of people don't kind of understand that you're trying to push the damage through at some point to try and kill your opponent. These are amazing. If you can play 2 of these on 2 of your creatures and just ram raid through your opponent, it's actually pretty good. We're playing 2 copies of Ravenous Chupacabra. This is 2 black and 2 colors for a beast horror, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature and opponent controls for a 2/2. Not terrible. Not terrible. We're playing 2 copies of Golgari Finebroker. I'm not a fan of the Finebroker, and I'm still testing that out in this deck. Yes, it has some solid stats for 4 cost, which is 3/4. Yes, it gets a permanent back from your graveyard when you play it, but often when you want to play it, you don't have anything in your graveyard. That's been a problem. Even with your Explore trigger. I'm just saying. We are playing 1 copy of Vraska Golgari Queen. There's something weird here with the Planeswalkers you'll notice, and that is the lack of a certain green Vivian, which I took out because it just felt underwhelming in this particular deck, especially because of what we're going to talk about next. So the Golgari Queen is 1 black and 1 green and 2 colors for Vraska. You can sacrifice another permanent, and if you do, you gain 1 life and draw a card. You don't have to do that, by the way. You can just activate it, just for the loyalty counters. -3, destroy target non-land permanent with a converted mana cost 3 or less, which is extremely relevant at the moment, and I'm going to show you why in a second. And the -9, if you're lucky enough, you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. So order loss, which is great. We do have 2 copies of a Domri Chaosbringer. Now this was 1 copy originally and 1 Vivian, but Vivian felt underwhelming, so I switched to 2 copies of this. It performs fine. It's fine. So Domri is 1 green and 1 red and 2 colors for a legendary planeswalker Domri. You can +1 Domri to add a red or green to your mana pool, and if you spend it on a creature, if that is spent on a creature, that creature then gains Riot. Even if it has Riot, it'll gain Riot. Even if it has Riot, it'll gain Riot, which means it'll have Riot. Even if it has Riot, it can gain Riot, which means it'll have Riot. Riot? Okay, great. Then for -3, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can grab 2 creature cards from among them, put them in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You're going to hit maybe 1 creature, 2 if you're really lucky, but generally 1 creature, which is fine. It's not why you're playing Domri in the first place. You're really just playing for that Riot. Sometimes you're going to be doing it just to refill your hand, which is cool, and sometimes you're just going to miss, which is RNG. It's going to happen. -8, if you get there, is you get an emblem with at the beginning of each end step, yours and your opponent's, you will get a 4/4 red and green beast creature token with Flample. That's pretty cool. 4/4 with trample. Yeah, I'll buy it. We're also playing 2 copies of Carnage Tyrant, which this plus Domri, if you can play this on turn 5 off Domri and give it Riot, that's gross. Turn 5 attack you for 7. What? Why? Anyway. So can't be countered. Trample, hexproof, 7/6. Detched the worm. Yes, absolutely. So originally there was the stupid worm in here, but the stupid worm didn't seem to work very well, so we ditched it. It just played awkwardly. Couldn't get it out in time. People would just like counter it, and I was like, yeah, this is just not working. So Carnage Tyrant is in. We're playing 1 Memorial Folly, we're playing 4 Blood Crypt, we're playing 3 Dragon Skull Summits, we're playing 4 Overgrown Tombs, 4 Woodland Cemetery, 4 Rootbound Crag, 4 Stomping Grounds, and 1 Detection Tower, which wasn't in the initial list either, because you need to be able to target some things, and people were playing things that couldn't be targeted, which is really horrible. Now, Speaking of things that we might want to consider for the future in this particular deck, where is it? Where is it? It's an enchantment. It's red and green. That's why. Okay, great. So one of the things that we've noticed is that everyone is playing. No, that's not it. I must have my settings wrong. Of course I do, because I'm an idiot. There we go. So one of the things that we'd noticed is that everyone's playing Rhythm of the Wild. So creatures, spells you control can't be countered. Non-token creatures you control have Riot. This is very good, and this needs to be in this deck. So I'm going to take out 2 Fine Brokers, and I'm going to add in 2 Rhythm of the Wild, and we're going to see how that goes. Likely it should actually be 3, to be honest. So that is the deck tech. Let's get into some games, and we will see how things shake out. Alright, so just while we get into this game, I'll just let you know that this stream is sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Thank you very much, Wizards of the Coast, for the preview account for this event. Very, very cool. This doesn't look like a terrible hand. I mean, we've got Assassin's Trophy, we've got a Ravenous Chupacabra, we've got a J-Light Ranger. It's a very slow hand, and we don't have the double green, which is a bit worrying, but I'm sure that we can draw into the other green. If we're lucky! Well, there's our Spellbreaker, so things are looking up. We could have turned 3 play at least, just in case. Whoever would think that we would see a standard where we have all of the shocklands? Seriously. Okay. Sure. Blue, green, white, huh? Wonder what you're on. Attack on Geek. Hey, from New Zealand. I know you. I know you well. Okay, so we've got our other green source, which is great. So now we just have to decide whether we will Spellbreaker, which I don't think we will this turn, or whether we'll J-Light Ranger. I'm thinking J-Light Ranger here is probably the better play. Especially considering we don't mind if it does get counted. Oh, Gift of Paradise. Okay, are they playing... Does this mean that they're on... we'll pay the 2 life. Does this mean that they're on Bant? Like the Fog deck? Are they on the Fog? Wow, that was really horrible. Okay, let's discard the Overgrown Tomb. We don't need that much black. This could be a problem. See what our opponent plays. We've got 4 mana out. So I'm thinking Rootbound Crag into Spellbreaker. Give Spellbreaker haste and lay on the damage. Interesting. Interesting. See, the problem is that our ranger came down with just lands, which is unusual. They haven't played any red. I think I'm just going to go with haste. Let's get in the 5 damage. It's nice because it means that there's no Settle the Wreckage, which is a bane to every deck like this. Absolutely bane. Haste, yeah. Thanks, Crusher J. Alright, I think we're going to go a Blood Crypt tapped. I mean, the good thing here is the fact that our opponent really can't do anything on our turn to the Spellbreaker to us. So the Spellbreaker keeps us pretty healthy at this point. At least for now. I think we just attack here first. And then we'll Ranger. Don't be lands. Put you back on the library, put you into the graveyard. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this time we will be able to drop the Carnage Tyrant. I'm just wondering, because our opponent should have been able to wipe out board by now. But they haven't. Which is a bit weird to me. But they also haven't played like Root Snares or anything. Which also seems a bit weird to me. I think I'm going to ask Trophy. Glacial Fortress? Just because it has a Gift of Paradise on it. Okay. Right, alright. I was going to be like, what's going on here? Alright, so let's drop this summit and let's attack with everything. And then we're going to give 4/2 to our Spellbreaker because it has Hexproof. And win the game. Cool. Got the V. I don't know what they were playing. I don't know what they're on. It's interesting. Like, I assumed that was just some sort of Teferi build. But they went drawing into Teferi, which seems odd. Because they certainly had plenty of time to draw into Teferi. But yeah, attack on Geek, on Mixer, I believe. And she's a wonderful person. So if you're on Mixer, you should follow. Alright, not a great hand, I'm not going to lie, but Wild Growth Walker, Merfolk, Branch Walker, Rootbound Crag, and Double Summit means that this is going to be an extremely slow hand, but I also feel like if we mulligan, it's going to be worse for us. Should we try the mulligan? I feel like we should try the mulligan. Oh. Not knowing what we're up against, I think we're going to... Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, that was just the worst mulligan I've ever seen in my entire life. We're down to 5 cards already. Cool. This is fine emoji. Everything's on fire, but this is fine. Alright, opponent's on blue-green. MTGRNA meta. Oh, hello. I know you as well. Blue, green, white. Red. Where's the black? It's going to be 5-color control, isn't it? No, it's a Gates deck. Oh, I hate these decks so much. I hate these decks. Stop playing Gate decks. I mean, don't, because I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your dad. I'm not your father. I'm probably not your father. Oh, good. That's not terrible then. Let's go with Rhythm of the Wild. Our opponent's already accelerated far past us, which is it's not going to be great. Go on, drop your 8/8. Guildgate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Guildgates. Opponent drops a ram. There's something I can do about the ram if they do. I think I need some Vraskus back in this. Oh, it's a Gate Colossus, because of course it is. Enters tapped. With you, you're going to need a +1 and a +1. Ugh. Slazry! Hello! What are we playing today? This morning we're just gonna take that unfortunate amount of damage. This morning we were playing, I guess from lunchtime we were playing the pod deck, which was middling. It was fine. It needs a lot of work, I think. But now I'm on my Jundam out deck, which would be fine, except I'm up against this Gate Guardian trash deck, which is surprisingly good. And it's now raining in Melbourne. Thanks, Melbourne. You're extremely 30 degrees and raining. Are you excited for Saturday? I'm excited for Saturday. We're going to pre-release together on Saturday. It's going to be great. You want rain? No, you don't. Trust me, it's really hot. The rain doesn't make it any better. Hopefully it hits soon. I'm sure it will. I have to block here. I don't have a choice. But I'm fairly sure I am. I is as deads. Oh, there goes my creatures. Alright. That's could be worse. Could be worse. Ripbound Crag. Let's go Wild Growth Walker. With a +1/+1 counter. Let's go Merfolk Branch Walker. With a +1/+1 counter. Pass through. Our opponent should be able to just wipe us here, because they need some humidity. Yeah, exactly. Bloody Australia. And now I'm gonna feel like a prawn that's being steamed, I guess. A prawn pork bun? Prawn dumpling? Now I'm gonna feel like a prawn dumpling. Oh, sorry. Shrimp dumpling. Yeah, so that's the wet. This coffee is great. Please don't attack. Please just think that I've got some sort of like way to pump, and don't attack. Just don't do it. Just don't. Just don't do it. You don't need to. No. You don't need to attack. You just sit there. It's fine. They're going to attack, aren't they? Keep looking at it. Come on. Don't attack. You don't need to. Damn it. I could have to block. I don't want to block. Does it have lifelink? It has lifelink now because of the Deafening Clarions. This deck is stupid. Look at that. This deck is stupid. Where's my removal? Ah, no. Not a Gatebreaker Ram. Ugh, okay. +1/+1 counter, I guess. Kill the Ram. Woodland Cemetery. Midnight Reaper. +1/+1 counter. I guess I should have just given it haste and attacked, but our opponent's just about to wipe the board anyway. Good on the games. Whenever a gate enters the battlefield. Wow. Wow. Super dead. Where's all my removal? That's not removal. Man. That's the second time I've been crushed by like weird gate decks today, so I guess that's a budget option. I'm gonna have to do like a deck tech on the 5-color gates at some point, which just feels bad. But also, if it wins, I guess I'm so worried about that. I don't understand. Oh, so my latest article, of course, is up over at puremtgr.com, and it's all about Frenzy Red, which got some scary new toys. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, this looks like a great hand. Stomping Ground, Overgrown Tomb, and Blood Crypt. What do we want? We want green, red for sure. Enters tapped. See how we go. I think we're going to pay the 2 life here. Absolutely. And Branch Walker. Playing against some sort of Azorius-ish deck. I guess we'll find out in a minute what it is. I wonder if they're going to update the avatars. Ooh, okay. Daybreak Chaplain. Interesting. Cemetery. I actually feel like I just want to kill the 1/3 just so I can get through with damage, because it is going to be a problem. But let's Spellbreaker. I think we're just going to give it haste and attack with just the Spellbreaker. Our opponent's going to let it through. I mean, realistically there, this is where if we had the enchantment, it clashes with the casting cost of the Gruul Spellbreaker, which is why I wanted to test out the enchantment so badly, because it's like, it seems like it should be good, but at the same time it's just like, oh, I don't know. Blood Crypt, I think it can have the life paid, and then we will Domri. You know what? That's an interesting one. We can go searching through the top. This is... this is a butts deck. Shite. Okay. This is big butts. This is an Arcades deck. I was like, why are you playing 1/3? And I was like, wait a second, no, it's Arcades. Which means we're in for a bumpy ride. This will be interesting to see if we can beat this deck. Because this deck is all about stopping aggro decks, basically. Plays big butts. Detention, yep. Alright, cool. How do I want to do this? This is going to be the new problem, isn't it? I guess we Vraska. We go ahead and destroy the deputy. Then look at the top 5. Great, we've only got 1. And then I think we just pass because we want to protect Vraska. People have been talking about Arcades on Twitter this evening. Yeah, it's a really good deck. It's finally gotten the tools to actually come out on its own, because it's not just Arcades, it's also that enchantment now, the new Azorius enchantment. That also has a similar effect that makes, you know, when your creatures deal damage, they deal damage equal to their butts instead of their other parts. Especially with creatures being big enough to like wall stuff off, which is nice for the deck as well. So it's all very interesting. Okay, so let's What do we want to do here? Let's Domri add mana. You've got no instance in there. Domri add mana to Jade Light. I'm going to give you haste, actually. Library, library. Then I can trophy, because you're all tapped out. I feel like killing Dovin's stupid. Let's kill the chaplain. Do we want to sacrifice something? Not really. I think we just decline. Then attack Dovin for 3. Attack our opponent for 4. See how that shakes out. I mean, this deck could probably use like Golden Demise or something like that as well, to be honest. Shrink all of your opponent's stuff, but I think it shrinks all of your stuff as well. Interesting. Probably like that, I guess. I mean, it makes sense to stop us from having hexproof. Ah, really? Come on. Alright, sure. Nothing we could have done there. I thought our opponent was out of mana, but I was wrong. Well, I guess at least it's not a punt, technically speaking. Interesting. Alright, so our opponent took the damage. Our opponent really doesn't like Domri. Interesting. I guess that is the biggest risk to my opponent somehow, for whatever reason. No blocks. We'll let that through. That's fine. Opponent has 5 mana up. Tetsuko? Sure. I think I'm going to bedevil here. Cool, Tetsuko. You gonna pay the 1? Yeah. Are we in trouble? We're in trouble, right? I don't need Vraska anyway. Cool. Okay. Oh boy. This is more tough than I was going to be expecting, to be honest. More tough? Tougher. It is tougher than I expected. Oh, this is BBD. Of course it is. I should have known this is Brian Brunderwin. Oh, wow. Alright. Sure. It's Rhythm of the Wild. Pass the turn. This is the Rhythm of the Wild. I don't know why that song keeps coming into my head. Ugh. Should be interesting. That's a cool effect. I like that. Okay. Damn it. Interesting. What have you been chucking in here? There's a dive down. That's it. There's nothing I can use. Nothing good anyway. Alright, so we're on 8 now. I feel like we need to bedevil. Probably the Tetsuko again. No attacks. Two-time... yeah, only a 2-time GP winner and world champion. No pressure. I feel like this has been extremely limiting as well. Like, we're just not drawing lands. But I mean, our opponent, they're doing fine. BBD's doing absolutely fine. I think BBD knows he's got me here anyway. Wow, that was not something I was expecting, but there it is. That's exactly what I was expecting. So this is the enchantment I was talking about. So each creature you control assigns combat damage, excuse me, equal to its toughness rather than its power. Yeah. Yeah. So that was BBD. Smashing me in the face. Alright, let's give it another spin. Gig. Oh, we got heaps of time. Alright, so how we look. That's not great. Blood Crypt, Blood Crypt, Blood Crypt. This is gonna be terrible, isn't it? Ah. Enters tapped. I'm gonna be way behind a mana. No idea what our opponent's on yet. Really? Sure. I didn't want to draw any lands anyway. At least our opponent's like doing nothing right now, so we don't have to worry too much. Except they're getting
I like your style, dude.
I indeed like your style as well. Great power van. That's great. Great power van. Thank you very much for the follow. There is a promo code up for a booster pack. Grab it, peeps. Grab it in your arena now. Great power van. That's great. At least they think I'm Rakdos. Yeah, exactly. I may as well be, right? They're all tapped out here, so I feel like now is like a really good time to kill an enchantment. What? Oh, it's artifact creature, a planeswalker. Why do I keep thinking it's enchantment? It's not enchantment. Alright, no, that's fine. I'm apparently an idiot, which is fine. Alright, come on. I need that green source. I mean, it's not like our opponent's really doing anything anyway, so... Oh, look, it's a Teferi. That's fine then. Sorry you're late. No, that's fine, mate. You're not late. You're just on time to die. You're welcome. What's our opponent doing? Does anyone know? You can bounce my creature, but I will kill your Teferi. I guess I'm gonna play the Dire Fleet here just so that I can get some attacks in. God, that's fucking rude. Sure. Because of course it'd be a root snare deck, right? Do we have to play against these decks? Can we just concede? I know you're listening out there somewhere, Mishi. Can I just concede against the root snare decks? Where's your green mana? I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in there. But it's definitely not here. And I could really use it. Ugh, this deck has been so good and then so bad. I mean, the question is, where are my lands? Check after the game, maybe. No, it's definitely lands in there, trust me. I really do think that Arena's been having some, very much been having some land issues. But, I mean, this says otherwise, I guess, but the amount of card draw our opponent has means that they could probably just draw into lands anyway. I'm not certain you put it into your deck. I'm very certain I did a deck tech before this. It's in there. It's just hiding. Ah, that's it. That's game. Sure. Cool. What, are you going to kill my creature now? Gift to Paradise, sure. We are so far behind now. Just, I don't want to be that person who's just like, I'll just concede, screw it. I think they take infinite turns from here. Yeah, it very much looks like it. I guess if they keep finding Nexuses. Nexus of Fates. Probably good that I killed their Teferi, but as soon as they get another Teferi, we're pretty much cooked. Like that. The 3, 4, 5. They'll still have heaps of mana open. I'm inching closer. It's so funny when people were saying that this was going to be trash, and I was like, no, you're wrong. It's actually going to be really good. Hey! It's a green mana now that I can't actually use it for anything. That's great. Let's see. So my opponent has access to everything. I guess... Guess we just die. Like, I feel like I need to Assassin Trophy. I also feel like I need to Spellbreaker. Let's Spellbreaker and see what happens. I'm going to give you haste. Because they're just going to, like, root snare and stuff from here. I went Esper Control to try to beat it. This is going to be tier 1 and it's sad. Yet again. Alright, come on Teferi. I want you to die. Nah, there's the snare. Roll on snare drum. Dear Wizards, this is the kind of deck we don't like playing against. Because it's just so boring for everyone to watch. It's not exciting. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love combo decks, but this isn't a combo deck. And that's where the problem is. Because a lot of people will tell you like, oh, there's nothing wrong with the deck, you just need to learn to play against it. It's like, no, there is no playing against it because you can't attack it. You can have a land. You can't attack, there's nothing you can do against it. It's just going to keep taking turns. It's not like the old taking turns deck that you could stop. This one is just, like, it was horrible before, and now it's even more horrible. And it's just like, that's the reason why Modern needs to have KCI banned. Because KCI is, for anyone watching, a miserable time. For your opponent is a miserable time. If you can go off in one turn and kill your opponent, yeah, sure, go nuts. But if you're going to take multiple turns to try and kill somebody, then it's no fun for anyone. It's no fun for the viewer, and it's no fun for the player. Because it's just like, well, great, like, you just keep taking your turn over and over again, and I'll make a coffee. Yeah, we'll just concede here. Opponent is missing like half their plays and winning easily. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because people always tell you like, oh, maybe you should play Unmoored Ego then. It's like, I can't even do that because I can't cast it. I literally cannot cast it past Teferi, because Teferi will always have a way to counter it. It's like when I played in GP Melbourne 2 years ago when the Eldrazi Winter happened. And Mindsy, David Mines, my longtime friend, but yeah, Mindsy was playing the deck. I was in Storm, and the first thing he said to me is like, why aren't you playing the most broken shit? And I was like, because it's really expensive. Because at that time it was a very expensive deck. But I mean, even he said like, the deck wasn't fun to play, but he wanted to win, so he played the deck, which makes sense. But those decks that just like take, I mean, even the Eldrazi deck, like that deck took about 4 turns extra than it really should have to kill your opponent. And I think that that's a problem that we still face, and everyone thinks it's fixed, and then all of a sudden it doesn't. Yes, it'll be shaken out of the format. Somebody will find a good counter to it. The format will shift, and then it'll go away, but then it'll be back before you know it anyway. So, but I digress. No, I don't. What do we want here? We want 3 mana. We got 2 green, so that's great. We know our opponent's probably going to counter something. So let's give them a Branch Walker. The likelihood of them countering a Branch Walker is pretty low. Shocking it, however, is fine. Land? Yeah. That's another Stomping Ground, though. Yeah, I probably should have played MBD. MBD. SG tapped, but it just doesn't matter. And I know I could have played it here with Domri, but with this mana open, we want to play Midnight Reaper. And we're tapped out. You can counter it or burn it. There we go. Nice, thank you. Card draw is lovely. We'll 5, we'll have 2 open. That's not enough. Let's play Stomping Grounds tapped. We can force through a Jade Light here. Or a Domri. And I kind of want to do the Domri. Let's just pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up, baby. Pump it up. Just because it presents a bit of a problem for our opponent. See if they can get rid of it or something. Everyone's playing this. Come on. That's what we want to see. Rebound Crag. Oh, I guess we could have actually played the... Doesn't matter. Go for a green. Carnage Tyrant. Now has Riot, so it'll get haste. Opponent doesn't probably play Teferi at least. I mean, you say that. You say that. But, you'd be surprised. Take 7 to the face. Evildoer. Another primal amulet. Alright. We need to kill our opponent as fast as possible. Okay, yeah, sure. Please keep tapping out. I understand it's a purpose of your deck, but please keep making it easier for me to try and kill you. Chupacabra. Let's pump up Domri again. Sure. Yep. So this is on 3 counters. So I'm going to kill the one on 3 now. You got that counter spell? No, you don't? Okay, sure. Alright, transform. Yep, I know 14 gig of my assets been used, thank you. I didn't even realize that that was going to be a thing. And now I am sad. It's going to flip it. Yeah, I didn't even realize. That is my own. Hang on. Punt! It's been a while since I've done a punt, actually, so I guess now is time. Well, that's frustratingly bad. Come on, dude, resolve your stuff. Zippy Zippo. No, never heard of you. Hey, it does kill it. What? Oh, because it only flips. It doesn't actually go out of the game like the old transform cards used to. All you need is another tyrant with haste and just win the game. Yeah. That'd be nice. Green, thanks. I think we just Jade Light here. Gonna give you haste. You gonna shock it? Sure. You gonna shock me? Sure. Well, no one expected that. At least for me. Library. Oh yeah, that does. I'm gonna pay the 2 life. I'm sure there is a Bill and Ted's joke to go with Midnight Reaper. Whether you're a lawyer or a street sweeper, sooner or later you're going to die to the Midnight Reaper. If you've never watched Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure, I think it is. Bill and Ted's 2. Go and watch it. It's good. So opponent's not playing white, so unless they've got like a root snare or something, I don't know how they get out of this. I'm definitely wrong, I'm sure. I'm sure that they've got some ballsy way to get out of it. Doesn't look like it though. Yeah. Must be playing Root Snare, yeah. Definitely got to be playing something. Bogus Journey, thank you. That's the one. Bloody great movie. Very enjoyable. Can't believe that they got that upside down. Alright. I now get 4/4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can actually I can just play this tapped. So enters tapped. Rhythm of the Wild. Which, actually, thinking about it, creature spells you control can't be countered. Non-token creatures you control have riot. Okay. So you're just gonna, what, nut me for 8? And then lose? Let's go overkill. Thanks. I wasn't going to until they decided to do that. You know, if you want to show off, I can show off too. Cool. Well, this deck has been alright. Been better than middle of the road. It's got a decent win rate on it. Let's give it one more. Because it is 358. Okay. Look, I'm usually not one to be a dick, but if you kind of want to be showy like that and go, oh yeah, well I'm just gonna like show you how I could have like dealt you double damage before I die, and it's like, why don't you just die? Like, what was the purpose there? I don't know what you're up to. This looks like a terrible hand. Let's keep it. See how this goes. So I guess we go Overgrown Tomb tapped into Rootbound Crag. At least I guess Rhythm is going to be coming on 3, but we don't have any other black sources, so hopefully we'll draw to one. Stomping Ground. We've got nothing to play on 2 really, so let's just play it tapped. Have to catch you in the future. I like the chill stream. No worries. Thank you very much for hanging out. Found you from playing some other streamer who was just going to watch before sleeping in the US since 11 PM. Yeah, go have sleep. Thank you very much for hanging out. It's very much very cool to have you here. We always appreciate it. Especially being Australian, you know how it is. We're the little guys. Playing Li Xin Qian? I don't actually know who that is. Crusher, how is it you know who everyone is? And I mean everyone. Okay, I'm gonna kill this thing. Haste. Sure, let's get haste. And let's kill your priest because it's rare and it needs to die. Probably should have actually given it a +1/+1 counter, but I just kind of wanted to smack my opponent. MTG Hall of Famer. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I have to watch this game though. Nice. Alright. Detection Tower. So we've got a couple of things we could really do here. I mean, this is Death Touch and we want to get rid of it. Definitely, because it's just going to plow through. I guess we're going to Golgari Queen here. Destroy the Death Toucher. I don't really care that much about... Bing! I don't really care that much about Vraska if she dies, to be honest. The same with the Chupacabra. I mean, if our opponent decides to dual block, which I probably would think about doing, yep, then that's fine too. No? You're not going to? Our opponent doesn't want to let us have Vraska, which is fine. The thing I've noticed about playing Vraska is sometimes she's really good, but most of the time she's just fodder. Like, you just use her as a removal and then she gets killed. And it's like, yeah, whatever. That's fine. Our opponent's also not getting land drops, so that's going to work in our favour for sure. Attack with both, that's fine. I'm not going to stop you. It's the safe bet. Oof. I feel like we need to Domri here. Six, 3, 4, 5. So you can't kill it by attacking, which is fine. I can, however, pump this up and attack through. I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. Because at the moment I just want to push as much damage through as possible. So I'm thinking like next turn we can Carnage Tyrant with Riot. Yeah. Give it haste and a +1/+1 counter and swing for 8. Ah, Bedevil. See, now I wasn't actually expecting that and I should have been. Now we just have to play it normally. Oh, that's boring. We'll give it haste at least. Haste faux shiz. Attack with everything. Got the victory. We got there. This deck is great. I actually think that enchantment needs to be 3 copies and not 2. It's very good. I noticed with the deck how Spellbreaker is great against the like Teferi matchups and stuff. But it's ultimately one of those, like, maybe it should be dropped back to 3 because I'm not actually seeing a lot of Settle the Wreckage at the moment. So I guess it's metagame dependent. But I'm very much enjoying this particular deck, and I think that when it comes down to it in future, this might end up being my deck of choice for a while for leveling. I have 30k gold saved up to buy packs tomorrow. Nice. Strong finish for the deck. Absolutely. Let's go to chats. Alright, so, if you don't know me, I am Chesh from Cheshire Plays Games. You can go and check out my articles on Standard and on Commander over at puremtgo.com. If you're shopping at Inked Gaming, remember to use my code at checkout, which is Cheshire10, when you're checking out, because that helps the channel. And go over to youtube.com/Cheshire Plays Games and hit that subscribe button, because it's free, and subs are great. And I need to figure out doing an actual giveaway at some point, because we hit like 532 followers and I was going to do something at 500, but Australia, very hard to send stuff from here to overseas, surprisingly. I have to work all that out because sealed stuff, there's a big problem there. Anyway, that's it from me. This stream has been sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Thank you very much, Wizards, for the preview account to do this with, and I will catch you all very soon. Before we go, Commander the Gathering Live is going to be coming back. We're going to be based out of General Games in Malvern East, Frankston, Malvern East, General Games, and that's starting on, I believe, the 10th of February, so we'll be getting myself, it'll be Salazari, my co-host, and we'll have somebody from the store jumping in as well, which is great. I don't know who that is yet, and of course, Decoder's Magic Corner. Coda's going to be coming back in. You might know Coda from the Ultimate Masters draft that he put on just before Christmas, and that's going to be great. So, take care, be awesome, be good to each other, and keep kicking butt, I guess.
I like your style, dude.
So we're gonna Jade Light